right? It's a good look at that young man. That happens to be number 52 for Westwood. That is Nick Laham, and Nick Laham's got a brother that's had an awful lot of success with the offense on that side.
Yes, Jeff White, Chris Laham, the wide receiver, number 8, has 8 touchdown passes to date.
All right, so Westwood to the left. The Westwood football team, we'll give you some details on them as our game moves along, because we know a little bit about that football program, too. It's a storied program, Dave Reardon.
The Westwood Wolverines sure are, Cal, one of our nemesis at the Pop Warner level down in Plymouth. And you're going to see a lot of skill on that green side of the football today.
Beautiful day for football, a crisp fall day. Laham getting ready to get into the football, and it's a wobbly type kick that's taken on about the 24-yard line. Pretty good return for Archbishop Williams. Returning that football, I believe, is number 3, Manny Frangadas. No, sorry, that's on the other side. Number 3 is Corey Witter. I'm sorry. So we'll get used to these two teams. Not that familiar with either squad, but how about the field position for Archbishop Williams to start the football
Tremendous
game?
Field position to start, and that was a rather tough kickoff to handle. Credit number 3. Corey Witter with a good return off a tough kick.
We get set to get underway. The offense is headed up by the quarterback, Chris Costello. First man through. He fakes the handoff. He goes deep downfield. He's got a receiver wide open, and the pass is going to be complete to number 81. That's Brian Barneau. Barneau goes the distance for the touchdown. What a way to start the football game. A 58-yard scoring play.
Unbelievable. Chris Costello lays it out for number 8, as we alluded to earlier. 81, Brian Barnow. First play of the game in the high school Super Bowl, and you get 6 points on the board, Cal. That's devastating if you're Westwood.
What a way to start this football game.
Wide open, Cal.
So here comes your conversion. And number 10, Chris Costello will do the kicking. Quarterback, like so many other programs, does a lot of different things. And to try the conversion kick here to make the lead 7-0. Good snap from center, and the kick is blocked. Kick is blocked by Westwood. The ball rolling around. It's recovered by Costello. But what a start to this football game for Archbishop Williams.
Now, what was that, Cal, a 58-yarder?
58 yards indeed.
Barnow wide open, 10, 15 yards behind the secondary. And Costello makes a perfect pass. And as we said, it's 6-0 rather quickly with a mere 27 points off the clock.
27 points, 27 ticks.
27 ticks.
All right, let's talk, if we can, though, about this Archbishop Williams football team, known as a running team with Kerrigan over 1,000 yards. They've got the bruiser in there and Sean Doherty, and obviously they put a little wrinkle in the offense.
They sure do. They loaded up for 33, it looks like, and they had at least 8 guys up in the box, and Archbishop Williams made them pay on a deep pass.
So what a way to start this football game for Archbishop Williams here in the Division III Super Bowl.
What a beautiful field, Cal.
Great setup here. The MIAA has opted to have all its playoff games on AstroTurf. Here's the kickoff. It's a short kick. It goes into no man's land. It's picked up on about the 14-yard line. Plenty of running room, and unfortunately the return man slipped for Westwood. I think that's 42. Let's wait and see as he comes into the picture. Still waiting to see. See if that young man can cooperate a little bit. Stay with him if we can, Mark. I want to.
Luke Zhou, or Zhao, excuse me. The 5'10", 165-pound junior.
So Westwood takes over on the 21-yard line. Good field position to begin this football game. The Westwood quarterback is Jeff White. 18 touchdown passes this season. But they've got a heck of an offense. They can run it, they can pass it. We've got flags on the first play of the football game. First play of the football game. We don't have a vantage point where we're up that high, so you got to bear with us when people make tackles and they run right into the line.
We've got a neutral zone infraction, I believe, encroachment on the defense.
Yep, good call as we see the official right in front of us. 5 yards versus Archbishop Williams. It'll be 1st and 5 from the 26-yard line. Now let's take a look at the quarterback going into the huddle. Number 5 for Westwood is Jeff White. And boy, you talk about Jeff White, he can do it all. He's a good scrambler.
18 touchdown passes, Cal. That's quite a season for that young man.
Well, he wants to go to the air now. There's pressure coming. He gets flushed out of the pocket, and he avoids a couple of would-be tacklers. He's got a first down for Westwood, and finally gets run out of bounds on the far side. There's a good look. Didn't we just say he's a good scrambler? Nothing downfield.
He sure is, and once he spots that the receivers are covered, he turns it up, he finds a lane. That's quarterback Jeff White, quarterback number 5. It's a 13-yard gain off the scramble, and this guy will electrify you when he does get in the open field, Cal.
Finally run out of bounds in front of the Archbishop Williams bench. First down and 10. 8:54 to go. Quick handoff. Last man through getting the handoff. I want to say that might be Guerrero, but let's wait and see if it's 25. Stay right in that pack mark if you would. Yep, it's 25. That's Amadius Guerrero. He's their leading rusher. Comes out of the tailback position, and he'll draw a lot of attention.
Nice offensive line surge for Westwood.
Guerrero picks up 5. Second down and 5 from the 44-yard line. Setting up wide at the bottom of the screen is Chris Laham. He's received 8 touchdown passes this season. White barking signals now movement before the snap. 73. Not that you want to single people out, but 73 was quite obvious. Jumped on the play. That'll cost him 5. 73 drew our attention because that's Alex Gentile, 6'1", 245 pounds.
Yeah, there's a lot of big linemen on the field today. A lot of college scouts here, particularly at these Super Bowl games. This is the last hurrah.
So the ball sits on the 38. Second down. We'll call it 11 yards to go. Second and 11. Jeff White barking his signals. Looks like Severian wants to blitz, or rather not Severian, Archbishop Williams. He avoids a couple of hits, stays on his feet, and there's lots of running room to the near side. White trying to cut it upfield, spins, still on his feet, spins again. Look at him, he continues to spin. What a great individual effort by number 5, Jeff White. Boy, he could have been had about 15 times.
Yeah, that's where he's most elusive, Kyle, is cutting it back off the rollout to the left. Picks up a few blockers, number 5. White, the quarterback for Westwood, gets downfield. The flag is going to be on the defense for encroachment once again on the blitz. A little early in the neutral zone. But Westwood, Archbishop Williams is going to have their hands full containing number 5. That's a 32-yard gain and a great broken field runner, as you just saw there.
All the way down to the 30-yard line. That's a 32-yard pickup, as Dave pointed out. Did he ever make something out of nothing? And boy, when you can throw the football, but you can scramble like that, what a combination.
Great two-way threat, and that hard count is working for Westwood right now.
Yeah, good coverage there by Archbishop Williams. I'm not so sure if they didn't jump, but they corralled Amadius Guerrero. Let's wait and see what the call is. Offside again. Now that's the 3rd time, so White must be doing something with his cadence.
Yeah, well, he's got them all up in the box, run blitz from the outside edge and as well as the inside, and those guys are coming. They're trying to get those linemen to jump, and that's a nice hard count, disciplined offensive line, and they're not biting.
So they capitalize, and they're now at a 1st and 5 situation from the 25. Dropping back once again, goes deep downfield. There's a receiver there, but he overthrows him. Let's see who that pass was intended for. Getting up from that pile, that looks like 32. That's Joe Fabiano, and geez, Fabiano's not a bad target to go to.
Now he's got the other 10 receptions for touchdowns from White, but credit Steve Walsh, number 63, with the pressure on 5, the quarterback White for Westwood.
Boy, you want to talk about some size on that defensive line for Archbishop Williams. Why don't you talk about some of these guys?
Yeah, Captain Steve Walsh, 6'1", 240. You got Andrew Constantino at 6'2", 220. McKinnon, the other captain, 6'2", 225, and 6'1", 250, the middle linebacker, Doherty.
2nd and 5 from the 25. They want to go the air once again. Here comes the pressure. Flushed out of the pocket. Goes over the middle. And sliding and making a grab. That's number 8. Let's talk about number 8. Chris Laham makes a nice tackle. Nice sliding grab, right along the turf.
He sure didn't. Credit White. He threw the ball right where he had to. It was a little low. He almost had to pick it up off the turf, but the Archbishop Williams defender had no shot at it. where it was thrown. It's a 14-yard reception, and Mr. White's having his way on this first drive for Westwood.
This drive started on the 21-yard line. White has accented it with a 13-yard run and a 32-yard run.
Sooner or later, when you're scrambling this early, the receivers are going to get open in the secondary.
White barking his signals. Quick handoff. This goes to 25, Guerrero. Good defense there by Archie's. Let's see who's there. 41 there. 8 is there also. 8 is Steve Aborn. Let's roll the camera to the right just a little bit and pick up Aborn. There's Aborn right there from his defensive end position. You've seen Stevie grow up.
Yeah, his dad was a integral coach in the Pop Warner program for years. A lot of the North kids that played at Mansfield the other night, his father coached as they were youths. And now you get big number 8 playing outside linebacker, Stevie Aborn. What an athlete.
2nd down and 8 from the 9-yard line for Jeff White. White and the Westwood Wolverines. White dropping back, fires to the near side. This pass is a bit low. Let's see who it was intended for. I think that is 32. Yep, Joe Fabiano.
You've got encroachment, I believe, once again on Archie's. Oh, disregard.
All right, it's going to be some kind of penalty. Let's pick up the official. Or is he just holding on to that ball?
Offsides on the offense.
Pass one incomplete. Now, let's see what the official's going to say. Illegal procedure. They're going to decline it. Puts a 3rd down and 8 from the 9-yard line. Boy, if you're just joining us, you turn the TV on just a little bit too late. How about a 58-yard touchdown pass on the first play of the game? Brian Barneau caught it from quarterback Chris Costello. 58 yards down the right sideline. Jeff White dropping back. White looking for Laham. He's got it for a touchdown. Number 8, Joe Laham. Chris Laham, I'm sorry. Chris Laham makes the grab in the left-hand corner of the end zone.
His 9th touchdown pass on the season. And once again, the flag goes against Archie Bills. Defensive encroachment. Score tied at 6-6. Point after to follow.
5:57 to go in the quarter. A 4-minute and 39-second drive, accented by the beautiful scrambling of Jeff White. Ball down, and the kick is going to be wide to the right. And unfortunately, Westwood cannot capitalize after scoring the touchdown and take the lead, but we're at 6-6. We'll take a quick timeout. 3, 2, 1. All right, Westwood about to kick off once again. Laham gets into the football. It's a bouncing kick on this turf that's handled on the 20-yard line. Trying to turn the corner, staying on his feet for Archie's. Let's wait and see. That looks like it's number 30 on the return.
Number 1 for Westwood, Mark Leone on the tackle.
Return was by Joe Tran. They're putting us to the test here. Time to pull out the bifocals.
Westwood put together a nice drive, Kyle. 8 plays, 79 yards. They took 4:39 off the clock, and with 5:50 remaining, we're tied here in the first quarter.
First down, 10 yards to go from the 30-yard line. Terrific field position for the Archie's offense to go to work. Dropping back, they go for the same time. No, that's actually Aborn who makes a nice grab. Completely outstretched right in front of his own bench. He'll be very close to the first down. He might be a whisker short.
Yeah, Costello spotted him right away. He was wide open for quite a while. Delivers a touch pass and brings up second and 1. Second and 1.
Aborn with a 9-yard reception. The center is TJ White. Little fake, little handoff, and this is the big guy, Doherty, right up the middle for a first down. Great fake there. They had him biting for a possible pass.
He definitely had me biting. Fake that pump sideline screen and give it to your big fullback right up the gut. Some nice room off the offensive line for Doherty to pick up a first down. An 8-yard gain on second and 1.
47 Yard line is where they'll continue this drive, going from right to left with time ticking down and 5:25 to go. Costello gives it to Kerrigan, his first carry of the football game, and they didn't fake anybody out. Good defense there by Westwood. Let's get some nice close-ups following these tackles. Look at that Westwood defense.
Number 68, Tom Cooney on the stop, right in the middle of that Westwood defense.
Kerrigan gives him a good 1-2 punch. He's the little scat back. He's the outside speed. If they get any hole in the middle, he can sneak through. He's got some big people to run behind.
He's got a tremendous blocker in number 42, boy. Well, that's a power back and a half at 250 pounds.
Costello with a wide receiver at the bottom of the screen. Hands it off to Kerrigan once again. There's the running I'm talking about. There's Kerrigan. There's the combination, and what good lead blocking by 42 Doherty that you just talked about.
Yeah, actually it was a crossbuck. You get 42 Doherty coming back to the left, and they give Jimmy the ball up the right side. But no moves at the end of that run. Jimmy puts his head down. It's a first down. Nice play by Archbishop Williams, a 15-yard gain for Jim Kerrigan, number 33, the tailback.
All right, with that play, we've got timeout on the field. Let's pick up the scoreboard to the left here at Curry College. A beautiful, crisp, well, we don't know if we want to call it fall or winter. Let's pull it back just a little bit to look at the flag to the left. It's not even moving. Flag's just laying there. So I guess this late. Yeah, you don't want any wind. All right, we'll take a timeout. Stay with us. You are. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line as we move in a little closer to this offense. This is the big guy Doherty, and he got tripped up. I think it was 68 once again getting his hand in on the play.
I got 54, Cal, for Westwood. George Whetstone, a nice trip up with Doherty because he was going to motor downfield. Instead, it's a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6.
Ball sitting on the 34-yard line, 2nd down, actually 7. It's Kerrigan again. Jimmy trying to cut it back. Look at him spin, and then he finally gets wrapped up by the big guy. Let's see who that is on the tackle. That is 68 for Westwood this time. That is Tom Cooney. Tom Cooney goes 6 feet, 220 pounds. A little bit of a mismatch for Jimmy Kerrigan there.
Yeah, Jimmy getting the tough yards on that play. 68 with a fine tackle for Westwood, as Cal just alluded to.
But he picked up 5. He brings up a 3rd down and 2 from the 29-yard line.
It's a tremendous offensive line Archbishop Williams has put together.
This is a nice mix of pass and run. This is the big guy. He's going to be very close to the 1st down, but I think he's short. He got tripped up there, and the knee went down as Doherty tried to run off the right side.
Number 6 for Westwood, Ryan Gold on the tackle. 4th and short.
Let's pick up the chains on the far side, Mark, and show the people just how much they got to go. Dave Reardon pointed it out. 4th down and 1. Ball sitting on the 27-yard line. 4th and 1, 2:56 and counting here in the quarter. Costello. Quick handoff to Doherty, and they read the play beautifully. 53 leading the charge there for Westwood. Crashing through the line, that's Joe Masashia.
Yes, the captain, and what a character play right there. Number 53 setting the tone early here after 2 early scores by both teams. Tremendous run blitz, and Doherty's no easy guy to bring down. That was a sure-handed tackle and a great play on defense for Westwood.
So with 2:47 to go in the quarter, they take over. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Jeff White, who had a touchdown pass to Chris Laham in the first series. Both teams scoring on their opening drives. Wants to go to the air. He's got time. Goes deep downfield, but the defense is there. But so isn't number 8, Chris Laham. He's off to the races. There are no penalty flags. There's Chris Laham with his 2nd touchdown reception. This one for 71 yards.
Wow. You got to be kidding me. Jeff White, what a pass, but a better catch by number 8. Almost deflected off the. That's Chris Laham. That's his 10th touchdown pass of the season. But number 3, Corey Witter, was right with the with Jeff Laham. Almost looked like he might have deflected it. But a good concentration by number 8, and boy, is he fleet of foot. He took off like a jet down the sideline.
Chris Laham on to try the conversion attempt. The ball is blocked. It's picked up in the air. One of these days we're going to see one returned. I think this year we've seen a tremendous amount of blocks in close.
I think it's a 1-point score.
Two touchdown receptions for Chris Laham, and it is now 12-6, Westwood on top. Boy, both teams scoring with big plays.
They certainly are, Cal, but Westwood, you're going to see the ball up a lot. This is a passing football team.
Wow. All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. 2 minutes and 34 seconds to go in the first quarter. All right, you're starting. 3, 2, 1. Nick Laham will kick off once again for Westwood. This time it's a booming kick. It'll be handled on about the 17-yard line. Off to the races, number 30. He had a return earlier. Number 30 shooting down the sidelines. Off to the races and a huge return for Archbishop Williams.
Number 30, Joe Tran. What a return right up the sideline. Picked up a couple nice blocks over there. A huge return. I think you're going to see a lot of scoring today, obviously.
Look at him. That looks like Notre Dame over there with the gold helmets. And obviously 30, Joe Tran, puts his team in great field position way down to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, you know, he had a chance to break it.
Yep.
Credit Westwood. I mean, after a huge return, he did save the touchdown. I missed the number. I apologize to the fandom.
I call it a 52-yard return. We'll check the numbers after to make sure. But here's Doherty getting the handoff, and he gets tripped up. Somebody that was on the ground for Westwood a little bit to the right.
That's number 88, I believe, or 89 for Westwood. 89. Ryan Harney, 6'4", 190. He's a big guy out there on that defensive end position.
Ball down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards for Doherty. Second down. 6 yards to go from the 25-yard line for this Archie's offense. Once again, Chris Costello's the quarterback. Costello wants to go deep downfield. Somebody's open. It's a catch. And the second touchdown reception by Brian Barneau. Barneau had plenty of height on the receiver, the defender rather, Laham. But guess what? What a pass by Costello, laying it out there.
Yeah, just laying it out over the attempted pass coverage of Westwood. Chris Costello.
How about this in the first quarter? 2 touchdown passes to Barneau, 2 touchdown passes to Laham. We got a 12-12 football game and still 1 minute and 39 to go.
Unbelievable. We could be in the 40s today, Cal.
Costello in to try the conversion attempt. He had his last one blocked. This time he splits the uprights and puts Archbishop Williams on top. Let's look at their fans and their support right across the way. Those stands are full over there. And look at the colors, the good mix here. Great day. Wow, a 25-yard touchdown pass from Costello to Brian Barneau. Boy, we came in our pregame, we talked about the running attack. We talked about the balance, but we didn't expect 4 touchdown passes in the first quarter.
Yeah, well, Westwood's got a lot of defenders up close to the line of scrimmage in order to stop that running game, and it's a good coaching scheme here. Westwood's going to have to play the pass as well as the run all game now, and between Chris Costello and the quarterback, Jeff White, for Westwood, you look at two of the best.
How about a 43-second drive? 43 seconds.
Set up off that huge kick return by Tran.
Special teams so important, and it was very evident today. Short kick again into no man's land, picked up on about the 13-yard line. Good special teams coverage by Archbishop Williams all over the return man. Fabiano on the return. There's a good look at 32. We'll talk about him. Joe Fabiano, 5'9", 175-pound senior.
And Sean Graham down, the defensive back, 5'8", 170 for Archbishop Williams to make the tackle. There's no way the return man was going to get out of that coverage.
Nope. The ball all the way down to the 15-yard line. But the way these two teams have struck from anywhere on the field, 15 doesn't mean anything, does it?
No.
Minute and 30 seconds to go here in today's first quarter.
This is a joy to be up here watching this.
Laham sets up wide to the left. Penalty flags again. Archie's is clapping. Maybe it's against Westwood. Let's wait and see what the official calls. Quick note about Westwood. They are the defending Division III Super Bowl champs. They had a win over Tingsboro last year, 20-13. They actually had to beat Holliston on Thanksgiving Day to get a playoff berth. But boy, what a game they had to get into this championship round.
They pounded Cohasset 31-8, and we saw them down at Carver, did the same to Carver, the Cohasset team. But that'll go to show you the caliber of football that's being played here at Archbishop Williams.
And they can score some points.
Yeah, they scored 333 points this year so far.
We try to go up the middle. This is 25 on the carry. Amadius Guerrero.
This is Westwood's go-to guy out of the backfield.
Guerrero across the 15 to the 17. That's 7 yards. He gets 7 back. 2nd and 8 from the 17-yard line.
He's their leading scorer. Leading ground gainer this season.
105 and counting here in the first quarter. Terrific day for football in December.
What does Mr. White have for us on this play?
Jeff White up to 20 touchdown passes this season. Laham is wide at the bottom of the screen. Movement again before the snap. There's the official's whistle. Again, Archie's is clapping. Boy, we've had a significant amount of either offsides or illegal procedures here in the first quarter. This will cost Westwood 5.
Well, that's part of the scheme. As long as you don't stay in that neutral zone before the play snapped, you get those offensive linemen thinking about it. And twice on this drive for Westwood, they illegal motion.
This is a team that has some great team speed, obviously, and they're a little bit quicker when they're on turf.
Absolutely. Everyone's a little quicker. We saw that at Mansfield and Plymouth North early in the week on a Tuesday night. A heck of a high school football game.
2nd and 13 from the 12. He wants to go deep downfield. There's a receiver there and a defender as well. Good play there by number 44. Great job by one of the corners, Mike Fleming. He really shuts down that corner well.
Boy, they do a nice job of protecting White back there. He did have the receiver open, but a nice job back there on the defense to close the gap as the ball was in the air.
Down to 27 seconds to go here in the quarter. Coming from the sideline, number 5, Jeff White, the quarterback, runs back and forth time and time again.
Just want to tell you that T.J. White, Tom Szyminski, and Steve Aborn know all about this Westwood rivalry. Westwood's a big rival when they were in Popwana, played for Plymouth.
Pass is complete to Laham on the near side. Laham gets thrown out of bounds somewhere around the 6-yard line, rather the 16. Let's get a close-up of number 8 in the green. Laham caught the long touchdown pass a few moments ago. He caught one for 9 yards and then came back and had a long bomb of 71 yards. That's his 3rd reception. This one for 4 yards. So it's going to be 4th and 9 from the 16-yard line.
The first punt of the game.
Archie should get terrific field position. Back deep to receive, Barneau and Mike Fleming. Laham back to punt, handles it nicely and booms one out of there. Bounces up and it's handled. No, it's not. They let it roll. They let it roll inside the 40 all the way down to the 35-yard line, maybe the 36. Boy, you get a situation like that, even if you call the fair catch and you catch it, you save your team 15 yards.
No, that ball should have absolutely been fielded. He had enough room, enough space to gather the ball and look downfield, Cal.
All right, 7 seconds to go. We'll be right back. 3, get closer, please. 3, a little more, right there. 3, 2, 1. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line for Archie's. Kerrigan gets the handoff. Look at how slow he goes to pick his defense. A great lead block downfield by 41. 41 with a great lead block. Nice little interference there. That's Dave Mueller. Dave from Kingston did a terrific job causing a little interference, and Kerrigan picked up a few extra yards on the play.
Yeah, number 41, the captain, Ryan Murphy, back there makes a stop at Kerrigan. But if you notice, Jimmy does a nice job of following his blocks, lets him get set up. It's a 27-yard gain on 1st down. But just kind of flows with his line, sets those blocks up, and then turns on the jets once he gets at linebacker level. He bursts through the secondary right there for a 27-yard gain. Archbishop
Williams 13, Westwood 12. Dave and I and Mark Delaney will be right back. 2-1. 1st down, 10 yards to go. for Archbishop Williams as we begin the second quarter. We've already had 4 touchdowns in this game. Here's Kerrigan again. Kerrigan sidestepping, trying to cut it right in between 2 defenders, stays on his feet. Kerrigan continues to turn the legs. Talk about Jimmy Kerrigan. For the people that don't know this, we know Jimmy Kerrigan from his youth football days. He wasn't even part of any offense. Here's a kid that worked hard, went to the weight rooms and says, I want to be a football player.
He played in the secondary in Pop Warner, but obviously very strong. Weight room work is paying off for number 33 right now. He's got 5 carries for 67 yards, and he's everything so far we've heard about this year.
What a great combination as Costello goes to work. Costello hands it off to Doherty. Doherty gets upended right in the middle. I think it was 6 for Westwood that made the stop and caused some of that interference, 6 being Ryan Gold.
Yeah, boy, they've been knocking 42 down before he's able to get up ahead of steam. But going back to Jim Kerrigan, here's a guy, let me refer to the, he's 165 pounds, Cal. And bringing the load at the end of the run.
Over 1,000 yards rushing this season by Jimmy Kerrigan. He gets the handoff again, trying to cut it outside. Stays behind some lead blocking, but then he gets run out of bounds. Let's see who's there for Westwood. 21 and 41. 21 for Westwood is Jason Erdang, and 41 is Ryan Murphy, one of the captains.
I guarantee you some, if not a lot, of those Westwood players on the field right now and on the sideline have been down to Florida, I think once or twice anyway, in a storied Pop Warner program over there in Westwood.
3rd down and 6 from the 15. Well, some of these kids on Archie's played for the Plymouth Vikings program. They played against Westwood. These guys are all familiar with each other.
Correct.
Dropping back, they dump it. They've got Steve Aborn. Aborn shooting to the right, and is he in? Yes, he is. Steve Aborn with a touchdown for Archbishop Williams, and for quarterback Chris Costello, his 3rd touchdown pass.
And I'll tell you, number 8, that's about as fine a high school tight end as you're going to see. Mind you, he's the son of former Pop Warner coach and former Archbishop Williams coach, Steve Aborn. But as I said, that's a 15-yard reception. You're not going to see a finer tight end, a more athletic tight end at the high school level, the number 8, Stevie Aborn.
19-12 is our count. Costello in to try the conversion attempt. Low snap. There's an official's whistle again. Boy, we've had a lot of whistles. Both teams wanting to jump and get that edge.
Yeah, it is the Super Bowl. Your heart beats a little harder. Just stay composed. Show your poise. Things that get you here.
This will be against Archie's. Took them only 1 minute and 26 seconds.
2 explosive teams here today.
5 plays, 65 yards on the scoring drive. Another snap from center. This will be a longer kick, and I think it's going to be good. It is good. Good job there by number 10, Chris Costello, the quarterback and the place kicker. He puts his team on top by a count of 20-12, and this one is far from over.
No, we're in the 40s today.
5 plays, 65 yards, and there were certainly some big plays in that drive. Kerrigan had the 27-yard run. He had the 19-yard run. And then, of course, the pass to Steve Aborn.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of Steve Aborn today. A quality target, has a knack for getting open in the secondary. And credit Chris Costello for all his 3 touchdown passes today.
So here we go now with number 10, Chris Costello's kickoff. 8:41 to go in the first half. Costello gets into a booming kick. It'll be handled on a 17-yard line. This is Chris Laham. Look at Laham. Boy, he's got a couple of touchdown receptions. Number 8, doing just about everything for Westwood today. He's also a great basketball player.
Yeah, that's in the stats. I'll tell you what, these guys just kind of glide along, and as the flow of the block is set up, they make their blocks, these guys turn it on. Next thing you know, they're at full gallop. That's a 32-yard return on the kickoff. But a nice run by number 8 for Westwood. Yep. Chris Laham.
We continue to go back and forth with 8:31 to go. They go to the air. The pass is complete right in front of us to Fabiano. He's inside Archbishop Williams territory to the 44-yard line.
Boy, he had some spark on that. Quarterback Jeff White. A nice catch by 32, Joe Fabiano. 2nd and 4. Make that 2nd and 3.
Yep, 2nd and 3 from the 44-yard line. 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Dropping back once again, deep downfield, he guns it. And he'll overthrow the intended receiver, who, to no surprise, once again is Laham. Laham going step for step with number 3, Corey Witter.
And Archbishop Williams pulling up, avoiding the personal foul hit on the quarterback. A good job and good poise. Not to hit the QB after the ball's downfield.
Ball sitting on the 44-yard line. For 3rd down and 3 now for Westwood. White, a little bit of a draw. Good read there by the Archbishop Williams defense, but look at the people finally come and knock down. I think that is that 45 on the carry or 25? Let's wait and see. It's 25. Amadius Guerrero, and boy, did Archie's ever swarm to that football.
Yeah, but man, he made some nice little shifty moves, but Sean Doherty, the captain, two-way fullback linebacker on the tackle.
Being lost back to the 47, a loss of 3. It's going to be 4th and 6 from the 47. I'll tell you what, toe-to-toe, this has been quite a match here.
Sure has, Kyle. You've seen a lot of offense, just what the fans like to see at any level of football.
Back to punt once again. Laham back to punt. Boy, kicks extra points. It's got a couple of touchdown receptions. It's going to be, no, it's not going to be a fake, but it's going to be, it's either partially blocked or good coverage there. Looked like 41 went racing in for Archie's, 41 being Dave Mueller. Now, I'm not sure if he got a finger on it, but what he did do is he made Laham rush it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if that was looked like a setup fake, and the receiver didn't break open. Credit Archbishop Williams for not letting that guy off the line.
So 6:52 to go. It's 20-12. Archie's will take over on the 48-yard line, or is that the 47?
47.
From their own 47-yard line, and what a first half Archie's has had with this football. This is Kerrigan again. Kerrigan avoids one would-be tackle. Finally gets dropped, but he noses his way into Westwood territory. Look at Jimmy Kerrigan there, 33. Let's stay with him for a moment.
And once again, number 68 for Westwood, who's early and often been called Tom Cooney on the stop. And a bruising block by 42. Once again, Sean Doherty.
2nd and 6 from the 49-yard line of Westwood. Kerrigan really rolling up some numbers here in the first half.
Yeah, 7 carries, 74 yards.
Everybody in tight except for one wide receiver at the top. Last man through is Kerrigan. He's got that outside speed, but Westwood closes it in a hurry. They read the play nicely. 32 coming up to make the stop for the Westwood Wolverines. Joe Fabiano.
Boy, I got to tell you, that's the smallest set of shoulder pads I've seen on a tailback in quite some time, Cal. He looks more like a place kicker with those pads on. He certainly is not a place kicker, Jim Kerrigan, but he doesn't want those pads slowing him down any.
Westwood battling here against Archie's. Archie's 9-2, the Catholic League champs. They beat Austin Prep to clinch in the 8th game of the year. Second time in 3 years they've been in the playoffs. This is a keeper all the way for Costello. Costello should have the Archie's first down. We've seen him throw touchdown passes. Now he runs the football down to the 41. That's an 8-yard run.
I'll tell you, number 77, Tommy Szyminski, made a nice block for his quarterback to move those chains.
You know, speaking of Szyminski, let's give him the offensive line. Steve Walsh is a tackle. Nick Dillion is a guard. T.J. White, the center. Joe McKinnon, a guard. Tom Szyminski, a tackle.
Stevie Abeone's the tight end.
All right, there's timeout on the field. There is 5:20 to go in the first half. 20-12. Archie's on top. We'll be back. 3. No, stop it. We'll wait. 3, 2, 1. First down and 10 from the 41-yard line. Kerrigan gets the handoff. Pressure coming. Spins again. Look at Jimmy. Boy, the ability to spin is the difference in a 3-yard gain and a 2-yard loss.
You know what it is? He's really not going full gallop unless the defense is closing on him. He's like a water bug out there, Cal, on water. Turns on a dime. He's got a quick juke, and he picks up his speed in one step, so he accelerates very well.
3-yard pickup. Once again, Archie's is under the direction of head coach Bill Kinscherf. Bill once played for Archie's and played in the Super Bowl game against Westwood, no less. This is Doherty off to the races, and I'll tell you what, you talked about earlier, how Westwood doesn't allow him to pick up a head of steam. I don't know if I'd want to be a defensive back once he does.
No, he got a good burst there, good for a first down, but Westwood is well coached, and they're not going to try and tackle Doherty above the waist. Everything's been from the hip down. That's how you got to tackle him. 12-yard gain. And once again, Archbishop Williams is just up and down the field offensively today. They're going to be tough to stop.
First down and 10 from the 26-yard line. Hand off to Doherty again. He gallops and he bowls his way forward. He's down inside the 20, maybe the 20 or the 19-yard line. At least 6 yards for Doherty. Boy, what a combination, huh? You got the 2 touchdown passes to Brian Barneau. Okay? You got Kerrigan running. He's already got 77 yards and a half, and now Doherty's yards adding up. What a combination and a threat. And let's not forget about Costello.
Exactly right. Stevie Aborn adding that 3rd touchdown, but they're going more back to character now with the 8-point lead, running the football, moving the chains. 2nd 3 from the 19-yard line.
This is Kerrigan, and he's going to be very close to a first down. And just like you said, you don't see Jimmy going at 100%. He's kind of being a smart back and picking his way through the defense.
Right, letting the block set up, but when he sees that gap, that break, that hole, he turns the jets on. He's got quite a, like I said, he picks it up in one step.
He had a touchdown in the win against Tingsboro. Doherty also had a touchdown. That was in the first playoff game. Westwood in the green jerseys. Archbishop Williams in the white shirts, gold helmets. Another penalty flag here. Let's see what this call is going to be. Illegal procedure. So far in the ball game, 2 touchdown passes to Brian Barneau, 1 touchdown pass to Steve Aborn. And on the flip side, Jeff White has 2 touchdown connections to Chris Laham, 1 for 71 yards.
What a receiver.
Yep. That gives him 10 touchdown receptions on the campaign. Ball sitting now on the 20-yard line. 1st and 15 from the 20 after the 5-yard penalty against Archie's. Setting up wide at the top of the screen is Brian Barneau. Let's see what Costello does with this ball. Costello does want to go there, and he dumps it to Aborn, and it's picked off. Picked off on the 12-yard line. What a great defensive play right in front of us. And off to the races. This is 45. We'll give you his name in a moment. But 45 for Westwood made a beautiful play against Steve Aborn, just taking that ball. That's Morgan Donahue, one of the captains.
Yes, sir. Costello waited a little long. Aborn was wide open, waited a little long, and the ball kind of floated on him. 45 with a great pickoff return. And Westwood bend don't break on that drive. With great field position off the return, Kyle. I don't know what the yardage was on it, but boy, they had 1 shot at him, and the Westwood defense really picked up blocks downfield for the return, man.
2 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the half from the 14-yard line. What a turnabout of play. White dropping back, he fires. The pass was intended for 32, Joe Fabiano.
Yeah, I had an idea he was going to throw that quick slant. There was a lot of room. But the secondary, Archbishop Williams closed up that space quickly.
That was a 73-yard interception return, I believe, by Morgan Donahue. Went from the 13-yard line. Try to add up some numbers in a hurry here. Here's 5, Jeff White, handing the ball off to Guerrero. Guerrero trying to get it outside. Good defensive play there by number 3. Number 3, of course, is Corey Witter.
Yeah, but credit Costello, number 10. He turned Guerrero inside to the pursuit of the linebacker. Saved a touchdown right there. It's 3rd and 6, or 3rd and 5 rather.
Ball sitting on the 9-yard line. 3rd and 5 from the 9. Westwood trying to come back now and get closer, and now Jeff White would like a timeout. All right, 1:55 to go. We're at Curry College. The Curry Colonials under the direction of head coach Steve Nelson, former Patriot. We'll take a quick timeout. Stay with us. 1. 3rd down, 5 yards to go from the 9-yard line. Westwood wants to capitalize. Dropping back is White. Nobody open. White's very dangerous. Now he fires in the corner of the end zone. Is it caught? It's a touchdown by number 1. Mark Leone made the catch for the touchdown.
What a catch.
Wait a minute.
That looks like it's coming back, Cal.
Yep. Did he step over the line? No, block in the back. Wow, tough break there, because what a play right at the bottom of the screen by the quarterback, Jeff White. Let's pick up White. He's over there with his head coach. He made a great individual effort. That's going to cost them dearly.
Yeah, I forget who would have got the P. I believe it was 53, just laid someone out as White turned to reverse his direction and picked up a good block and just threw that ball when no one else had a shot to it. What a catch.
Tough break. This will cost him 10 yards. Goes back to the 19. So it's going to be 3rd down and 15 from the 19. But guess what? Don't count out White and Westwood yet.
No, that's a horrible time for a block in the back, though.
Let's pick up the scoreboard after this play. 141 and counting. People moving all over the place. Laham is at the bottom of the screen. In the slot is Mark Leone. White picks up the loose football. There's not a lot of running room. Pressure all in front of his face. Now he's going to throw on the fly in the corner of the end zone, but he overthrows the intended receiver, Joe Fabiano. But I'll tell you what, how about the effort of Jeff White picking up a low snap?
Yeah, he just knows where to turn. He knows where the open field is. He gets his eyes back downfield off the scramble. Just overthrew the receiver. He got a penalty against Archbishop Williams here. I missed the call. I missed the signal.
Well, let's go right on the official, Mark Delaney. He's up top getting our video. Let's see what the official is going to call. Let's get a close-up of this official. Wow. I'll tell you what, we go back and forth, break after break. Think about a few moments ago, Archie's went from its own 47 all the way down to the 20 before a ball was picked off. Looked like they were going to go up by a little more than the 8 points. But Morgan Donahue came up with a huge interception on a 73-yard return. Now it's 3rd down and 10 from the 14-yard line. They're going to set up a screen. Pass is complete to the near side. Running room down the sideline. And a touchdown. The pass is complete to Amadius Guerrero. Both quarterbacks, 3 touchdown passes in the first half.
Now, you don't set up a screen any better than that. Chip the lineman. Let them flow to the quarterback. Set up the screen the opposite side. Number 25 on the reception. Amadeus Guerrero. Usually it's a handoff to Amadeus, but today it was a screen pass, and he had a fleet of green shirts out ahead of him and burst into the end zone. And, yep, Westwood will try for 2, I believe.
Well, they want to try to tie it. It is now 20-18.
1:19 left in the first half.
Got to get a calculator out at the end of this game to share the numbers with the people. Boy, 2 terrific football teams battling it out here. They both are coming off great seasons. There's timeout on the field. It is 20-18. Jeff White, the quarterback, in for Westwood. Wouldn't be surprised to see him scramble it in. How about you?
Well, that's always an option with number 5. Let's see what happens here out of the power eye.
Rowe dropping back, just lays it out there, and the pass is going to be complete for the 2 points. Pass complete to Joe Fabiano.
And threw it well before Fabiano had turned around to see the ball. What a spot pass by number 5. Once again, Jeff White for Westwood. And ties it up here. Big, big play.
This is a terrific, what a way to have an entertaining football game for us, huh?
Absolutely, I love the offense.
All right, we'll take a timeout. 1:19 to go. It's 20-20, and you better have 20-20 vision in the second half, or you're going to miss something. 3, 2, 1. 52, Nick Laham will kick off. Let's get a close-up of 52 in the green. He's going to lay into this football for Westwood. High end over end kick that'll be handled on the 17-yard line. This is 44. Twisting and turning his way forward for Archie's 44 is Mike Fleming.
You get number 4, Mike DeZaro for Westwood on the tackle.
It's a good look at 4 for Westwood. Mike DeZaro, who Dave just talked about, there's a good shot of that young man coming right into our picture.
Good special teams play, excuse me, Cal.
Yep, 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line with 1:12 to go in the quarter. 1:12 to go in the quarter. First down, 10 yards to go. Quick snap. The handoff goes to Kerrigan. Nothing there for Jimmy. So for a change, Westwood chews him up. That was the 11th carry of the half for Kerrigan. He now has 11 carries, 80 yards here in the first half. Second down 11 from the 35, and I think both teams will be thankful just to go to the sidelines or the locker room and to get a breather.
Number 41 for Westwood on the tackle. Ryan Murphy, the captain.
You can see 32, Fabiano, deep off the football, just back there as a safety, just for, and here's a keeper. Here's a keeper by the quarterback.
That's a great fake.
Costello on the carry.
Fake to Kerrigan. And get everyone going to the left, and bootleg keeper off of that play. 13 yards. And offense city here today up at Curry College.
1st and 10 from the 48 with 32 seconds to go. And I tell you, with the type of arm that number 10, Chris Costello has, high snap, the handoff goes to Kerrigan again. Jimmy Kerrigan with beautiful running, twisting and turning. He's down inside Westwood territory. He has a pickup of about 9.
And a great block by 75, the center, TJ White downfield for his running back.
Archie's calls a timeout with 24 seconds to go in the half. Ball sits on the 43-yard line.
Now, if I'm the Westwood defensive coach, I got a defensive end not letting Stephen Aborn, number 8, off the line of scrimmage clean, that's for sure.
Let's get a close-up of that Archie's huddle if we can, Mark Delaney, because the young man that Dave Reardon's talking about is right there, number 8. That is Steve Aborn. Also on your screen, Tom Szyminski. Those two youngsters played Plymouth Vikings Pop Warner football together. 56 is Joe McKinnon, one of the captains.
33 was also played youth football with Szyminski and Aborn, as mentioned.
And TJ White, 75. Good snap from center. It's a keeper once again. Trying to come to the near side. No running room there. This time Westwood read the play beautifully. Let's see who's right there. 89 and on the stop for Westwood. 89 is Ryan Harney, I believe.
Yes, sir.
6'4", 190 pounds.
A big boy out there.
All right, 16 seconds to go. Stay with us. 2, 1. All right, we get set now. 3rd down and 1. 16 seconds to go. Dropping back, they dump it to the near side. The pass is complete to Aborn.
He's not out of bounds.
Nope. How many catches is that for Aborn? I think that's at least 3.
He did make it out of bounds.
Aborn with his 3rd catch. That's enough for a first down.
No, the clock stoppage is to move the chains. Okay.
So it's down to the 38. 1st and 10 from the 38. That was a 5 yard play, but it got him a first down, so Archie's calls it timeout. Let's pick up their head coach on the far side if we can. Right there in the gray sweatshirt, and we'll talk about that young man. Coach there is Bill Kinsherf. Bill Kinsherf, by the way, played in a Super Bowl against Westwood and unfortunately was on the losing end. His brother, Jim Kinsherf, was the captain of Archbishop Williams in the first meeting against Westwood in a Super Bowl back in '86, in which Archie's defeated Westwood 6-0. Kinsherf, by the way, went on to play in Notre Dame. Let's talk a little bit about the win last week. How about Archbishop Williams getting its first touchdown with a terrific drive?
99.5 yards to take a 7-0 lead.
Took them 17 or 19 plays. I can't remember exactly. The bottom line is they showed a lot of resiliency. They played on turf up at Endicott College. This one here at Curry College. Great, great setup. When they come back to resume play, there'll be 7 seconds to go in the half. And I'll tell you what, how about what do we got?
6 touchdown passes.
6 touchdown passes here in the first half. Laham has 2 touchdown receptions for Westwood.
You got to go to the house here if you're Archie Bills.
1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Good snap. He's looking deep downfield. He goes deep. And the ball is going to be picked off on the final play of the half in the end zone. 20-20 is our count. All right, I'm Carl Pratt along with Mark Delaney and Dave Reardon. And Dave, how about a couple of quick words before we break?
Just an offensive loaded first half. Both teams going up and down the field. Game started by an touchdown pass. First play of the game from Costello to wideout. Excuse me here.
Chris Laham.
Brian Barno.
No, Barno, I'm sorry, on the other side, right.
But Jimmy Kerrigan's having a fine afternoon. Number 5, Mr. White for Westwood is having a fantastic afternoon. And we've got 40 points on the board here in the first half. And it doesn't look like it's going to slow down at all with these offenses.
All right, stay with us. We'll come back and continue with more. All right, welcome back, everybody, to our coverage. We're set for today's second half, and you better have 20/20 vision to follow this football game here in the second half. Archie's to kick off. It's a high end-over-end kick handled on about the 17-yard line. This is 32, Fabiano, and a good hit by Archie's to start the second half.
Jimmy Kerrigan with the special teams tackle and a fine tackle, number 32, the Westwood return man.
Fabiano.
Joe Fabiano.
Boy, you want to talk about this first half, as we already did. All kinds of touchdowns in this play, all kinds of big plays. In the first half, Kerrigan 12 carries, 89 yards. Laham 4 catches, 98 yards, number 8. Well, let's see if the second half slows down. Usually that happens.
I don't know today, Carl.
9:53, just 7 seconds on that kickoff to start the second half. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Quick handoff, trying to run into, boy, somebody flung somebody to the ground. 53, let's get a little more in close. 53 on defense there.
Steve Walsh, number 63, Carl, 6'1", 230.
You know, I think it was 53, not to embarrass you or anything, but they're all
I'm not embarrassed, but
well, they're patting 53 on the head. Andrew Constantino, I mean, they kept patting him right there on the left, but, well, whatever. There's a loss back to the 19-yard line. 2nd and 14 from the 19. They're looking deep downfield. This tight spiral is about 8 yards ahead of the intended receiver, right down in front of us, Fabiano.
Boy, can he throw the football. Jeff White, the quarterback, number 5. Nice heave right there.
It'll be 3rd down and 14 from the 19-yard line. So play the role of the 2 head coaches. What do you say to your group if you're in the locker room?
Game has started over this half. 0-0.
Mark Delaney, our videographer, right on top of the play for us with 9:12 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Westwood operating from right to left. Dropping back once again is White. Sets his feet, flings it downfield, and is it caught? It is caught with a beautiful grab by number 8 right in front of us, Laham, right in the middle of traffic.
Yeah, Chris Laham, this is the guy we were told, you put the ball anywhere in his area, he is going to make the catch with the defender draped all over him. I think he kind of caught it off his waist and just held onto the ball out of bounds. That's a 27 reception. He came back nice for his quarterback on the rollout as the play started to break down. Nice job by Laham. Number 8, the receiver.
Now 5 catches, 125 yards in the football game for Laham. White is going to keep it, trying to roll to the right, busts it upfield and got slowed by 63 of Archie's, 63 Steve Walsh. But Laham,
Jeff White.
Jeff White will have a gain all the way down to the 47-yard line. It's a 7-yard pickup. 2nd and 3 now from the 47-yard line of Archie's. Final game of the 2004 season. 2 outstanding programs battling it out here today at Curry College. 8:28 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. White has the snap go way over his head. Here comes Archie's, and White does the right thing and jump on top of the football. Boy, that had some mustard on that snap.
That wasn't even close to the quarterback. Will Chamberlain's not receiving that snap.
Wow, a loss all the way back to the 32. That's a 21-yard loss. Wow.
And you're driving the ball, you're coming out of the gate here in the second half, you're putting some plays together, and that can break you back. A huge 3rd down coming up.
3rd and 24 from the 32-yard line, maybe the 33. We'll call it the 33-yard line. 3rd down, 24 yards to go.
And find number 8 if you're the Archbishop Williams defense.
He's at the bottom of our screen, just out of our picture. Dropping back is White. Pressure is coming. White steps, fires on the fly, and the ball will be incomplete. The pass was intended for 21 on the far side, 21 being Jason Erdang.
So Westwood's forced to punt.
Didn't see too many of those in the first half.
Not at all.
7:32 to go in the football game here in the 3rd quarter. Archie's holds on the opening series. Brian Barneau, who has 2 touchdown receptions, back to receive the punt, along with Dave Mueller. No, not Dave Mueller, but 44, Mike Fleming. Laham back to kick for Westwood. Let's pull that camera back just a little bit. There's a good look at Laham. Gets away a decent punt, a real good punt. And they let it roll over their heads, and the ball will be down on the 19-yard line. So we saw that in the first half. If you make the catch a fair catch, save your team 15 yards.
Yeah, and that's Laham on the punt. Beautiful spiral. Not a very high kick, but over the head of the return man, and a great roll for Westwood.
Ends up being 48-yard punt.
Yeah, and Archbishop Williams will set up 1st and 10 at their 19-yard line off the punt.
7:23 to go. We saw a 99-yard drive in the win over Tingsboro, so we know Archie's is capable of being patient and just chewing up yards and precious seconds off the clock. This is Doherty, the big bruising back. He's got the 1st down and then some. Boy, he took 2 or 3 would-be tacklers with him, didn't he?
He sure did, Calhoun. Ran into number 41 at the end, who brought him down, Ryan Murphy, from his linebacker position. He calls the defense for Westwood. But there's Sean Doherty doing what he does best. He gets a head of steam up in the middle of the field at 250 pounds. He's very hard to bring down, Cal.
All the way up to the 31-yard line, 12 yards for Doherty. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. First series of the 2nd half for Archie's. Costello to Kerrigan. Kerrigan, somehow he broke away from the guy who had him by the leg, but then some help came for Westwood at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Westwood got a good push off the defensive line. Not a lot of room for the blockers or the running back to go. And they still pick up 4 yards. 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 from the 35-yard line. Kerrigan gets 4. He's got 13 carries for 93 yards now in the football game. Jimmy Kerrigan. 6 minutes and 19 seconds and counting here in the 3rd quarter. 20-20 is our count. Game's really gone back and forth. All 6 touchdowns in the football game via the air. Keeper here by Costello. Chris Costello who hails from Weymouth. You look up and down the starting offense, towns like Kingston, Holbrook, Pembroke, Plymouth, Weymouth, and Hull all represented for Archies. Ball sits on the 37. 3rd and 4 from the 37-yard line for Archies. Coming wide at the bottom of the screen, Brian Barneau. He caught the first 2 touchdown passes from Chris Costello. Aborn in tight at the top. Last man through is Doherty. Doherty's the bruiser. He's got the first down and then some. Stiff arms a defender. And finally, one of the littlest guys on the field, number 8, Laham, showing his true effort to be a complete football player.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, that left side, that right side of the offensive line, Stevie Aborn, Tommy Szymanski made some nice sealing of the pursuit of the linebackers of Westwood and allowed Doherty to break outside from his belly hole and pick up some great yardage for a man 225 pounds. It's a 20-yard gain. And credit Laham with a nice tackle, number 8 at the end of the run. Here we go again with Doherty.
Yep, and Doherty gets pulled down by 68. Let's talk about 68 on the flip side for Westwood.
Tom Cooney.
6 feet, 220 pounds. Ball down to the 37-yard line. That's a pickup of 6. Doherty's numbers starting to add up now. 11 carries for 74 yards. We want to thank the gentleman to our left that's writing for one of the local papers. We appreciate his help. 11 carries, 74 yards to go along with Kerrigan's 93. 2nd and 4 from the 37-yard line. Jimmy Kerrigan again. Boy, what a contrast from the first half when both teams went to the air, huh?
Yeah, well, they're settling more into their character now. Well, Westwood is a throwing football team, but number 51, Jim Venari on the tackle for Westwood.
I think that puts Kerrigan right at the century mark on his 14th carry of the football game. 1st and 10 now, down to the 29-yard line. Jimmy Kerrigan chewing up precious yards. They come back with Doherty. What a great 1-2 punch, and look at Doherty continue to turn the legs.
Yeah, he's making the defense pay now. He's fresh. Did a lot of blocking in the first half. He wasn't able to get on track. Westwood kind of settled him down a little, but he's getting some holes now, Kyle, and he's making the defense pay.
Picked up 6 yards there. 2nd and 4 from the 22-yard line. 3:38 and counting. This drive started on the 19-yard line. Doherty for 12. Kerrigan for 4. Doherty for 20. Kerrigan, Doherty, back and forth they go. Jimmy Kerrigan off the right side. Boy, you know, you give him the slightest of openings and he capitalizes. He hits the hole quickly.
Yes, he does. And when he's in open field, he sets up his blockers. He has quite a knack for that. There he is, number 33, a Plymouth Pop Warner product. His father was the president of the league while Jimmy was playing, Jim Sr. And the offensive line for Archbishop Williams, Captain Steve Walsh, Nick Dillon, T.J. White, the center. Joe McKinnon's a captain guard. Tom Szymanski, Stevie Aborn's the tight end.
This is Doherty off the right side. He just goes bruising into that defensive backfield. Laham again comes up, number 8. Look at 42 Doherty. Talk about his size again if you can.
Yeah, Doherty, they have him here 6'1", 250, but in the roster he's 225 pounds. But I'm going with the 250 because he looks all of that. Archbishop Williams hasn't had to put it up in the opening third quarter drive here. It's been all by the run.
2nd down, 5 yards to go from the 12. It's Doherty again, and this time somebody came up, made a nice stop. 89, we talked about him, Ryan Harney.
Yep, 6'4", 190. Plays a great defensive end. He stretches things laterally, gets in the backfield as deep as the ball, and you saw there, made a nice tackle on Doherty.
3rd down, 4 yards to go. We'll call it the 12-yard line.
Now you want to keep an eye on number 8 if you're in the green uniform, Stevie Aborn. This is Aborn territory right here.
Costello already with 3 touchdown passes. Kerrigan's got the first down. He continues to turn the legs. Let's wait for the call. Jimmy Kerrigan right on the doorstep.
For you young running backs that are watching this broadcast, that first collision doesn't mean you're going to go down. As you see, number 33, Jim Kerrigan, keeps his legs pumping. 165 pounds dragging the pile around. He's got 16 carries for 116 yards, number 33.
First and goal, we'll call it the 1 yard line. This will be the 12th play of the drive that started on the 19-yard line. Costello to the big bruiser. He's in. Doherty just goes diving into the end zone. But let's see what's happening. Is it a touchdown they're conferring, or is that a fumble? Let's get a close-up, Mark. Wait a second. They're going to say he fumbled. Wait a second. It is a touchdown.
Yes,
okay. I thought the way the referee came running out of there. Costello with the touchdown.
And once again, Cal, let's credit that drive to the offensive line of Archbishop Williams, Steve Walsh, Nick Dillon, T.J. White, Joe McKinnon, Tom Szymanski, the tight end, Stevie Aborn. That drive was a trench drive with the wind going to Archbishop Williams off the touchdown. And that's how you come out in the second half and just drive the ball down the field.
Good snap from center. Costello's kick is low, however. All right, that scoring drive, 12 plays, 81 yards, took 6 minutes and 14 seconds.
And these extra points might come back down the line to bite you. They're going to start converting those.
6 minutes and 14 seconds. That's chewing up some time off that clock. Just a minute and 9 seconds to go. What a way to touch the football for the first time in the second half. You chew time off the clock. You take the lead, 26-20.
And as I said, I can't say enough about Archbishop Williams' offensive line. They brought it on that drive, Cal.
What a combination. 3 touchdown passes from your quarterback. You got Kerrigan with 116 yards rushing. You got the other guy, Doherty, with 85 yards rushing.
And he's really feeling it now. He's getting some space in the middle of that Westwood defense. And as I said earlier, he's making the Wolverines pay.
26-20 our count. Chris Costello will kick off for Archies. Little wobbly, kicked it. Hey, that could be grabbed. That might be Archie's football, the way it bounces around. They're pointing it. Stay there. Wait a second. Who's going to come out of that pile on the bottom? With the football, that is 44 for Archbishop Williams, recovering the kick, which is Mike Fleming. That was not an intentional onside kick.
I was going to say, Cal, if that was intentional, it's the best onside kick I ever saw, but it looked like the quarterback, number 10, Costello, just kind of misfired on the kick. And credit a heads-up kickoff team, number 44 in particular.
Mike Fleming.
Mike Fleming with coming up with the recovery.
They take over on the 40-yard line with 1:04 to go, and if they continue with the success on the ground, will they ever chew up this third quarter? Stay with the Archies offense again. It's Jimmy Kerrigan off the right side. He gets tripped up. You know, talking about that turnover, is that the first turnover of the football game?
No, we had 2 picks.
That's right, the 2 picks, one at the end of the half, which was almost incidental. I don't remember the other one. What was the other one? Oh, the long return. That's right. How could I forget that? That led to the game-tying score. So the ball sits on the 38, 2 yards for Jimmy. 2nd and 8 from the 38-yard line. It's Kerrigan again. There's some room to the outside. Look at him avoid that first hit. Penalty flag on the play, however.
I'll tell you what, though, pulling tackle from his right side, Tommy Szymanski, number 77, with a great pancake block, allowing Kerrigan to get outside. There is a flag on this play, however.
Holding call, and this could be our first hold of the football game. Just 16 seconds to go in the quarter. Very fast third quarter here at Curry College. This will cost Archies. So they show they're human here in the second half. But a terrific matchup between Westwood in the green, the Westwood Wolverines, and Archbishop Williams. Look at the crowd once again for Archies right there. They fill up our whole screen. That's great support. There's another game following this one and another one after that. But these are all the fans of Westwood and Archie's in the stands now.
You got a bruising game on tap after this one. Mansfield and Walpole.
They march off the penalty. They'll put it back to the 46-yard line.
And I'd like to say Plymouth North did lose the playoff game to Mansfield, but Mansfield had all they could handle from the Blue Eagles Tuesday night.
Yep. 2nd and 16 from the 46-yard line. This will be the final play of the quarter. Costello takes the snap. He's going to go deep downfield. Oh, intended for Aborn. You won't see that happen too often,
no, took
right?
the words right out of my mouth. A tremendous receiver. It's a good ball. Number 51 for Westwood.
All right, let's
Jim
look.
Veneri is down on the field.
Sorry to interrupt you. Let's take a look at the scoreboard clock with the injured player down on the field. Just a 1.1 second to go. It's 26-20. We'll be right back. 2, 1. Closer. 1 second to go here in the quarter. 3rd down and 16. Doherty gets the handoff. Another penalty flag on the play. And that play will bring to a close today's 3rd quarter. All right, it's 26-20. When we come back, we'll sort out the penalty and we'll bring you up to date. Stay with us, everybody. I'm Carl Pratt along with Mark Delaney and Dave Reardon. Get the kicker. 3, 2, 1. As we begin the 4th quarter, Westwood declined a holding penalty against Archbishop Williams. Look at this long punt that'll go into the end zone. What a job by Costello. No time, well, 1 second, 2 seconds. Well, time ticks off the clock. They took about 5 seconds off. And actually, the clock continues to run. That shouldn't be running. But guess what? We're just here to broadcast. So 9 minutes and, well, it's still running, so I'm not going to say anything.
I don't know if Bateman for Westwood's hurt, but number 10 hasn't been in the ball game too much. He was one of the players I did hear about. I'm curious as to.
Well, Westwood will take over on the 20-yard line. The clock says 9:54. Yeah, see, that clock kept ticking down. They asked him to reset it.
Yeah.
It was interesting the way it was going and going and going. I thought we'd get out of here earlier. Okay, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Our score, by the way, went back and forth in the first half. It ended up 20-20. Now it's 26-20. 1 touchdown in the second half. Doherty with a 1-yard plunge, capping a 12-play, 81-yard drive. So Westwood, which has had a terrific season, will go to work again trying to tie this football game up. Oh, and they got a beautiful run to start this drive. Staying on his feet and off to the races is 21. We don't have him listed. We're going to find him in a hurry, however. 21 off to the races. This is going to be an 80-yard gallop. There's no penalty flags. 21, Jason Erdang.
Wow, and there was several Bishops that had shots at him. The arm tackle wasn't going to work on 21 on that carry, Cal. Unbelievable, down the sideline. And the Wolverines are right back in this thing, Cal. Not that they were out of it, but it's at least tied right now. And that whole left side of the Wolverine offensive line, Cal, tremendous blocking.
Wow, that took 18 seconds. Wow. You know what? Isn't it funny how this game has gone back and forth? Archie's with a 6-minute drive.
A truckload of big plays here today at Curry College for the Super Bowl.
Chris Laham wants to put his team ahead, but he won't, and the ball is batted down. Still alive, however. No officials whistled. This play is far from over. And now they're going to just chuck it and take their chances, and Laham is in the end, but it's finally knocked down. An alert play, stay right there. An alert play by 44 of Archbishop Williams. Mike Fleming, that's the guy that recovered the fumble a few moments ago. Laham, the kicker, was open in the end zone.
Right, that's 3 great plays. He recovered the onside kick, had a fumble recovery, and he knocked that away. If he had zinged that ball a little less airtime, it would have got to Laham. But again, we're tied at 26, and we just can't make extra points here today.
Wow. But we get extra points for showing up, don't we? What a game.
Unbelievable. Number 21, boy, I'll tell you what.
Jason
Erdang.
Wow.
Broke through 2 or 3 tackles, got to that sideline, and what they call the afterburners got turned on.
Erdang goes 80 yards for the touchdown. It is 26-26. How about these touchdowns? A 58-yard reception, a 71-yard reception, a 25-yard reception, a 15-yard reception, 73-yard interception return to set up a touchdown. Wow. Okay, it's 26-26. Stay with us. 3, 2, 1. 52, Nick Laham will kick off for Westwood. 26-26 is our count. Laham really lays into this football. Kerrigan will take it on the 8-yard line. Kerrigan with running room to the outside. Kerrigan knifes his way forward. He's up close to the 20-yard line. Nice return by Jimmy Kerrigan, and Archies will go to work. Let's move that camera to the left while we got a break. Let's get that scoreboard real quick. Nice background here. Nice close up here at Curry College. 26-26, 9:27 to go. Boy, Tim, how are you? 26-26. First down and 10 from the 21-yard line. 9:27 to go. We'll get a terrific end to this football game that's just far from over. Oh, what a pop on Kerrigan. Let's stay in there. Wow, that is 54 that laid the hit on him. 54 is George Whetstone, or Wheatstone, either way, Whetstone. Wow.
Yeah, that's the hit of the game thus far, boy. You talk about the cleat and the running back.
Wow. 17th carry of the football game for Kerrigan. He gets a yard for it, but I think, I think he'd concede the yard to. Wow.
Be without that hit.
Yep. 2nd and 9 from the 22-yard line. 2nd down and 9 for Costello and Archies. Costello wants to go downfield, looking for 81. 81 is Brian Barneau, who has 2 touchdown receptions. Right there on the coverage was 45.
Morgan Donahue, and Archie's catches a big break there.
Yeah, but all Donahue did earlier in the ball game was have that big 73-yard return on the interception tail end of the half.
Yes, sir. Delay a game here, I believe the call, Cal. Oh, pardon me.
Procedure. Penalty will be against Archies. Cost them 5, so it'll be 3rd and 14. 3rd and 14 from the 17-yard line.
That's too deep for a screen pass call here.
3rd down, 14 yards to go. Costello barking his signals. He's going to keep it. Some running room to the outside. Another penalty flag. He's got the 1st down, but let's hold everything. Let's hold everything. Let's wait and see how they sort things out here.
That's got to be a hold.
Yeah, they threw it right in the backfield. Holding against Archies. This will cost him again. Tough break there because Costello got the 1st down, but he might not have got the touchdown if they didn't hold, right?
Correct.
You can always look at it that way. Okay, we're going to sneak away for a moment. Stay with us. Move it to the right. 3, 2, 1. A little closer. 3rd and 23 from the 9-yard line. Handoff goes to Kerrigan. He gives him a little breathing room. Kerrigan stays on his feet, but finally gets dropped close to the 20-yard line, and Archies will be forced to punt it away with 8:12 to go.
And Westwood inevitably is going to wind up with very good field position.
Let's give Westwood credit because Archies jammed it right down their throat on their first possession of the second half. 12 plays, 81 yards. And they answer right back with Erdang going 80 yards. Punting situation, and it's a poor punt, and it's going to take a Westwood bounce. You can tell the way the ball's moving. Actually, it took an Archie's bounce. I apologize, but I thought it was going to roll back the way it was spinning.
Again, though, a very short field for the Wolverines to work with, and with this dangerous offense, Archie Bill's defense is really going to have to step up right now.
First down and 10 from the 37-yard line. We'll be right back.
10 yards to go from the yard.
First and 10 from the 37-yard line. The pass is complete to Laham. One-on-one coverage right in front of his own bench.
Quick pass complete to number 8.
Out of bounds.
His 6th catch of the football game.
Number 3 for Archbishop Williams, Corey Witter on the tackle.
Just 3 yards on the play. 6 catches, 128 yards. 2nd and 7 from the 34-yard line. Last man through. This is a pop at the end of the play. 56 making the hit for Archie's. Joe McKinnon. Handoff went to, I believe, 21.
Also in on the tackle is Steve Walsh, number 63 for the Bishops.
Yeah, 21 on the carry. Jason Erdang. Third down now. 3rd down and 5 from the 32-yard line. Dropping back, looking downfield, deciding to keeping it. Avoids another would-be tackler, tight-roping the sidelines. Once again, this is Jeff White.
Boy, is this guy shifty, Kyle. He knows how to make people miss. Not the fastest guy in that backfield, but he has great vision, Kyle. Good lateral speed on the sprint and rollouts, and when you drop back to play those receivers, this guy's very dangerous if he turns it upfield, as you've seen all afternoon.
He picked up 14 yards, 1st down and 10 on the 18-yard line. 1st down, 10 yards to go from the 18. Dropping back once again, the pressure's coming, goes deep down the corner of the end zone, and he'll overthrow the intended receiver, who was 32, Joe Fabiano.
He did a nice job, Kyle, feeling the pressure and getting rid of the ball there instead of taking the sack.
Mark, do me a favor. Make sure that the automatic, it's awful bright. Make sure you don't have the over iris on or anything on the side of that camera. Picture's washed out. You didn't hit any other button, did you? What's it look like in the viewfinder? There's nothing else showing up there, is there? Flip it to number 3 real quick. 3? Forget it, go ahead. 1st down and 10 from the 18. Actually, it's 2nd down and 10 from the 18-yard line. Running room to the outside. Archie's comes up very close to the 10-yard line to make the stop. Handoff went to 25, Guerrero.
And they've kept, they really haven't featured a running game here today, but anytime Guerrero's got the ball, they've managed to keep him hemmed up, and he's their leading rusher this year for the Westwood.
Yeah, we heard about him early in the first half, but this has been basically a passing game. 5:47 to go in the football game. The ball sits on the 11. He picked up 7 on the play. 3rd and 3. From the 11-yard line, Guerrero again. He gets pushed a little bit, stays on his feet, tight rope in the sidelines, and he's got the touchdown. Number 25, Amadius Guerrero.
And credit White on that big scramble. Number 5, the quarterback. It's a 14-yard run on the scramble to pick up that big 1st down, and Guerrero, number 25, wasn't going to be hemmed up on that run and play. Left side of the offensive line for Westwood crashes down, seals up the linebacker, and 25 tiptoes that sideline for a Westwood touchdown. And I'm not so sure I'd be place kicking this extra point. They've had little or no success putting the ball through the pipes.
Amadius Guerrero with a 11-yard run. That's a 6-play, 37-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 11 seconds.
And as we credited Archbishop Williams' offensive line on the previous scoring drive, You've got to credit the Westwood offensive line right there, pounding the trenches for the running backs.
All right, number 8, Laham, in to try the conversion kick. Chris Laham. White will be on to hold. Good snap from center. No, they pitch it to Laham. And the ball's still loose. And it's finally recovered on about the 21-22 yard line. So they had a little wrinkle working, just like you talked about.
Well, I should have been more specific because I knew that was going to be a fake. Good time to go for 2 points, and I like the way the play set up. It just wasn't executed, and it's 32-26 now. Still a 6-point spread.
32-26 with 5:29 to go. Dave and I and Mark Delaney will return right after this. Running. 3, 2, 1. Laham will kick off for Westwood. Plenty of time for Archies to come back with a game-tying score. Kerrigan, with a little bit of a collision at the end, will pick up the football. Not a lot of running room for Jimmy. Reverses the field, makes something out of nothing. So a little confusion at the tail end of that play, but Jimmy Kerrigan returns the football back to about the 16-yard line.
Showed a lot of poise there. The two returnmen ran into each other. Number 3 and Jim Kerrigan, number 33. Jimmy gathered the ball, got it upfield with a couple moves. A lot of poise right there because Westwood was right up on him.
So 5:18 to go in the football game. First down and 10 from the 17-yard line for Archies. First and 10 from the 17. So far in the football game, we've gone back and forth. Quarterback Chris Costello with 3 touchdown passes in the ball game. No need to get it all back in a hurry. They can take their time. The handoff goes to Doherty, and he just leaps over a couple of would-be tacklers.
Yeah, but while you're in the air, you're allowing Westwood linebackers to close in on you even quicker. But that's really the only option that Doherty had on that run, was to leap over the collapsed lineman in front of him. And a nifty 5-yard gain, Cal.
2nd and 5 from the 22-yard line. Dropping back to pass, he fires, and the pass is going to be complete. Backpedaling. Let's see if it's Aborn or if it's Brian Barneau.
That's Stevie.
Stevie Aborn with a nice catch, clutch catch.
That's a good possession receiver in high school right there. A good tight end. Can keep the chains moving.
Let's see, they move the football forward to the 33-yard line. That's 11 yards for Aborn.
Nice simple pass play to the tight end.
4:28 and counting. We're going to have to keep our eyes on that scoreboard. 32-26, Westwood on top. Pitch goes to Kerrigan. Jimmy can't get around the defense. They snuff him out this time. He stays on his feet. They got stopped in forward progress.
Geez, I didn't see the back go down. That whistle was kind of quick. Kerrigan was still on his feet.
Was very quick whistle indeed.
And if you look to the west side of the end zone, you can see the Mansfield Hornets marching into Curry College Stadium here. They dress 100 kids easy. And that's quite a football team.
2nd down and 12 from the 31-yard line. Dropping back, looking to the near side. It's Aborn with another clutch catch with a defender all over him. Nice play there for Westwood by 21. Jason Erdang, he has the 80-yard touchdown run that's made the difference in this football game.
And Stevie Aborn takes quite a pop off of that reception. And there's 3rd and 6 coming up.
3rd and 6 from the 37-yard line. Definitely 4-down territory for Westwood, rather for Archies. Aborn wide at the bottom of the screen for quarterback Chris Costello. Costello barking his signals, hands it off to Kerrigan. Jimmy Kerrigan's got the first down for Archies. Good lead block, 77, paving the way, Tommy Szymanski. Let's stay with 77.
That's been a good combination for Archbishop Williams today. 77 and number 33, Tommy Szymanski and Kerrigan played Pop 1 of football together in Plymouth. And he's been following Big 77 around.
7 yards on a 3rd and 6. Ball sits on the 44-yard line. 3 minutes and 10 seconds and counting here from Curry College. Costello hands it off to the big guy, and they didn't fake anybody out. Westwood all around that football. 51 was leading the charge for the Wolverines, Jim Venari.
Yeah, that was a great defensive play. Called the run blitz at the right time. And Westwood knows they got to step up right now on defense with 2:46 here.
2nd and 10 from the 44. Sorry, this is where Costello can be dangerous. Quarterback keeper.
Yeah, he's adept at scrambling too. If that lane opens up and his receivers are covered, he's going to turn it upfield.
Dropping back, he pumps. He's looking for Barno, who already has 2 touchdown receptions. And let's see, we got a late flag. We've got a late flag. Let's stay with the official over there. If there's pass interference, that's going to be a huge break for Archbishop Williams.
Maybe you got to understand, though, the ball's not catchable. That ball's 10 yards out of bounds.
But that official might say that one of the other defenders could have shielded the intended receiver. Look at the officials over there. Like you said, even if it's a non-catchable ball.
That's a tough call. I really didn't see any interference on the play. Looks like the defense had their eyes around towards the ball.
Oh, they're going to wave off the flag. Let's wait and see. No flag.
Yeah.
Dave, you were right on top of it.
Yeah, that's the right call. Let these kids play football. Don't let the white hats, the zebras, decide it. That ball's 10 yards out of bounds. It's not catchable. There's no interference.
Well, they made the right call on the non-catchable ball. So it's 3rd down and 10 from the 44. 2-down situation with 2:21 to go.
Right where you want to be if you're a fan or a spectator here at the field today.
Costello pumps, looking to the near side. Aborn's there. And the ball is almost picked off. Double coverage on the play. Let's see who gets up. That is 32. Joe Fabiano knocked it away from Aborn, and he came within a whisker of making a 1st down catch.
Now, Stevie, big concentration, made a nice try to catch that football, but he did have 2 Wolverine defenders on him. Fortunately for the Bishops, the ball went incomplete, bringing up the 4th down that they need to try and keep this drive alive.
2:13 to go in the football game. Big 4th down play coming up for Archies. Dropping back, they fire. The ball is almost picked off. In and out of the hands of 54 George Whetstone, and that's the final play offensively for Archbishop Williams. Westwood leads it 32-26.
That's too bad. I didn't really see a receiver definitely in the area. Maybe someone didn't break the route off or ran the wrong route, but unfortunately for the Bishops, 1st and 10 for Westwood, just inside the Bishops' 45-yard line.
Boy, Archbishop Williams led this football game 26-20 at the end of the 3rd quarter. Erdang went 80 yards on the first play of the 4th quarter. Or actually, the 2nd play, I'm sorry. 2nd play. And then we saw Amadias Guerrero go 11 yards, capping a 6-play, 37-yard drive for the go-ahead touchdown. 32-26 with 2:08 to go. We'll be right back. 3, 2, 1. With 2:08 to go in the football game, Westwood has the ball. Good defense there by Archies. Look at them all over that football. Did they ever swarm to that football? I think 53 led the charge defensively for Archbishop Williams. We talked about him earlier in the ball game, and 53 is Andrew Constantino. Ends up being a 2-yard loss with the forward progress. 2nd and 12 from the 46-yard line.
Just maintain possession.
Yep, 1:59 to go in the football game. Archie's called a timeout to stop that clock.
I don't mean to make the game elementary, but I'm running quarterback sneaks here on Ocal. Well, depending on what the Bishops have for timeouts.
Well, obviously they get a couple. We'll keep our eyes on the official when he signals for the final timeout. Jeff White in at quarterback. All Westwood wants to do is protect the football, and surprisingly, they go to the air. The pass was complete to Fabiano. That's an interesting call, but of course a safe pass.
Safe pass.
Complete to Fabiano. Of course, the other thing with 1:51, they've got to pick up the first down. You say take the knees, they call a time.
No,
timeout.
not take the knees, but just, you're right, there's enough time on the clock if you were to go 3 and out here to give the Bishops a shot.
Well, look at it. It's 3rd and 9 now, Dave, and the ball sits on the 43-yard line.
You get a pooch punt and make them go the distance, that's all.
3rd down and 9, and this is where White can be so dangerous because he can scramble with it. He's got 3 running backs behind him. 1:51 to go in the football game, and now Westwood would like a timeout. We're going to sneak away. 26 for Westwood. Not 26, I mean 32 for Westwood, 26 for Archies. We'll be right back. 3, 2, 1. 3rd and 9 from the 43-yard line. Here's the pitch back to Erdang. Erdang bussing his way forward, and I think that extra effort gave him a huge first down.
You talk about confidence. You pitched that ball wide, and you got Erdang, number 21, refused not to get that first down. He had it in his mind all the way, number 21. The unsung hero of the second half.
Wow. He picked up a huge first down on a 3rd down and 9. It was 3rd down and 9 for Westwood, and they converted in a big, big way.
I think they have one more left after this, Cal.
It is 1st and 10 now, yep, from the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 34. Stay with us. 2, 1. With 1 minute and 36 seconds to go, Westwood doing the safe thing now, protecting that football. Archie's calling its timeouts. We'll keep our eyes. Oh, wait a minute. They're saying there's a fumble. Wait a minute. Let's wait and see.
Well, the Bishop has the ball in his hands. It depends on whether the whistle was blown or... And you're not going to change possessions here.
Nope. Archie's calls the timeout. Let's keep our eyes on the official right down below us here, Mark, right there. See if he signals final timeout. Nope, he's marking it, though. So they got at least one more. 1:29 to go in the football game. So if you're just joining us, Brian Barneau, a 58-yard touchdown reception, making it 6-0. Chris Laham, a 9-yard reception, tying it up at 6. Laham's 71-yard reception puts his team up 12-6. Barneau's second touchdown reception makes it 12-12. It was of 25 yards. They kicked the extra point to make it 13-12. That's where we stood at the end of the first. Pass to Aborn for a touchdown pass of 15 yards, making it 19-12. They kicked the extra point. It was 20-12 Archies. Morgan Donahue had an interception return of 73 yards, setting up a touchdown run by Amadius Guerrero of 14 yards, a touchdown pass actually. That made it 20-18. Then they had a pass to Joe Fabiano to make it 20-20. Sean Doherty made it 26-20. Jason Erdang made it 26-26. Guerrero made it 32-26. 1:29 to go in the football game. And you can see Archie's all around that football to give them credit, Dave. They stopped the clock once again with 1:25 to go.
Yeah, you got a lot of fight left in you when you're fighting for your football life out there, and that's what the Bishops are doing right now. I'm not sure what they have left for timeouts, but...
I think he just signaled final timeout. All right, 32-26. Good look at the crowd that's on hand here. There's games coming up after this. All this action coming from Curry College, home of the Colonials, where there's some former players on the high school front from our viewing area. On hand, look at Mark Delaney track down the fans. What a turnout here today, huh?
Yeah, Westwood always travels well, whether it's Pop Warner or high school. They're always going to bring a ton of fans. And that's a football town, period, Westwood, Mass.
Look at this. All right, we'll sneak away. Stay with us. 1 minute and 25 seconds to go. 3rd and 9 from the 33-yard line. Here's a pitch to Erdang. Erdang trying to turn the corner. There's room on this near side. Archie's trying to close the gap. Staying on his feet is Erdang, twisting and turning, still shooting down the sideline. He not only picked up a huge first down, kept that clock running.
Boy, what vision on number 21, Erdang. Jason Erdang, his quarterback, everyone. When he switched directions, everyone picked up a block from. And credit number 3 for the Bishops, Corey Witter. Saved the touchdown at the end of the game here. That ball's right inside there now, right deep inside the 5, or excuse me, just at the 9-yard line.
Ends up being a 25-yard run. 1st and goal from the 8, 56 seconds. Archbishop Williams cannot stop the clock. Now they'll take the knees. 46 seconds and counting. This is the 3rd Super Bowl between these two schools. This is the rubber game. Look at Westwood. Yep. Very excited right down in front of us.
A great game today by both high schools. Archbishop Williams and Westwood. You couldn't ask for any more. Clean game. A lot of offense.
Yep. And this will be the final snap of the football game. We'll recap this one after the awards portion of the program. What a terrific matchup between two outstanding programs. Here comes Westwood. There's their very talented quarterback, number 5, Jeff White. Let's follow Archie's over to their coaching staff as well. Archbishop Williams going over there. Look at those players. They've got no reason to hang their head. They had a terrific season, Dave Reardon.
Exactly right, Cal. That's the Bishops getting the most out of their team. They went 1-2 and they ran the table 8 straight games to get here. Beat Cohasset 31-8. And a fine Westwood team here today. Well, Tingsboro was the playoff game.
Who they beat. It was Westwood that beat Cohasset. All right, we got the awards portion of the program coming up, so stay with us. Okay, as we continue with this week's edition of the Video Sports Page, we're at Curry College, where we just took in the Archbishop Williams Westwood High School football game. It was the 3rd time ever these two schools have met in the postseason. The rubber game goes to Westwood in convincing fashion, a wild football game. I'm pleased to be joined by the head coach of Curry College, the AD here at the school, and certainly a big fan of high school football, former Patriot Steve Nelson. Boy, what a great day.
Oh, it was a great game, Carl, and we have 2 more games here this afternoon, so I expect the same type of action. But congratulations to both schools. They had great seasons, and they had a lot of great players out in the field. And it's unfortunate one has to lose, but it was a great football game.
How about for somebody like you? You get to work today, but you get to scout. You get everybody coming here.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great day for me and my coaching staff because, like you said, we get to see a lot of really good high school football players. Plus, we get to watch great football. So it's a great day for us.
Obviously, our show airs in the Plymouth, Kingston, Carver area. You got some of your players from your 2004 season from Plymouth North.
Absolutely. We have Tom Pinto from Plymouth North, and we had a couple boys from Carver, the Eakin brothers, who just had great careers here at Curry. So, it's an area which has a lot of good football, and we're lucky enough to get kids like Tom Pinto and JT and Todd Eakins.
All right. I talked about so many other Patriot players that I've interviewed, former Red Sox players. How about for you? Why do you stay in this area? I ask a lot of players. Once your career is over with a New England team.
Well, I think for me it was, I grew up in Minnesota, and all my family is back in Minnesota, but all my girls were born out here. I have 4 daughters, and they live out here now. So, and I had opportunities when I was done, Carl, to stay here and get different type of employment. So, and it's a great area to live in. It's a beautiful area, and it's got a lot of things. And Boston's a great city, and the high school football is good here, and college football is good. So. Again, my dad's my high school football coach, and I kind of grew up, in football, and it was, something that I'm very comfortable with, and I had an opportunity here.
Let's talk, if we can, about the transition for you from being a player to being an analyst. I get to see you oftentimes on TV. You seem to have some fun with that.
Oh yeah, I think the first thing we try to teach our players, Carl, is that, football's got to be fun for them, and if it's not, you're in the wrong game because it's a violent game and it's a tough game, and so you got to have fun playing out there. And for me, the transition was pretty easy because as much as people want to complicate football, it's a pretty simple game, and it's the greatest game that was ever invented because of the teamwork that it requires and the sacrifice by individual players for the team. And that's why it's so, I like it so much because it's such a team game. And again, today we're seeing some great football, and it's because, they work together as a team.
Talk, if we can, about your days with the Patriots and what the Patriots represent nowadays. Obviously, it's almost a 360-degree turnaround, how they're the model team for the NFL.
Oh, absolutely. But, I had some great years there, too. We played in the Super Bowl, and we played for, playoff games, and I had a chance to play with a lot of great players, and I think right now, though, they are the franchise that everyone tries to, copy, and I think the Crafts have just done a tremendous job. The stadium, the facilities, the product they put on the field, the way the players work in the community. There's no other team like this right now in the NFL, and it's a real tribute to not only Coach Belichick and the Kraft family, but the players and assistant coaches. I mean, they're the ones who go out in the field and play and design game plans, and there's a lot of credit to be dished around, and there's a lot of people worth it.
Isn't it interesting? You see it go from top to bottom, whether it's the commitment by the Crafts and their family to build the stadium, Scott Pioli behind the scenes, Coach Belichick, his assistants, and you see the assistant coaches, Cornell, and you see the offensive coordinator, Charlie Weiss, and now you see how they're such a hot commodity, and it's so fragile because teams will come after those guys like Scott, like Romeo, and so forth, that it's special if you can keep it together for a while.
Well, that's the secret, and a guy like Brady has probably been the biggest benefactor of that, having Charlie Weiss be his offensive coordinator for, since he's gotten here, and he's got that, continuity with one guy, and that doesn't happen very often because, guys, especially when you win, people want to be with winners, and they want to hire the Scott Piolis and the Charlie Weisses and the Romeos, and so they've been very fortunate in that regard, not for Romeo and Charlie, but, for the team that they've been able to stick together. And again, I think, it all starts at the top, though, and the Kraft family and their decision to go with Coach Belichick and, Scott Pioli having the connection with Bill and, their ability to get on the same page and draft players who are really team players. Not, they got great individual talent, obviously, but they get it. They understand what football is all about. And, this is what happens when you have that formula.
All right, as you can tell from our graphic, we're down here at Curry College, and I'm visiting with former Patriot linebacker Steve Nelson. He currently serves not only as the school's football coach, but as the school's AD. Before we talk about the college front, how about a quick memory about being a Patriot player? Not so much with the accomplishments, but they got this terrific clubhouse now, and locker room and weight room and so forth. You guys used to have to drive to the practice field and didn't have the best of facilities off the field.
Yeah, but it didn't really matter. I mean, football players and football teams, I don't think facilities make, they may attract some players who are in free agency, which I really wasn't a part of back in the 70s and 80s. But I think facilities are sometimes overrated, and I had a great experience with the Patriots, and the Sullivan family were very good to me, and I had great coaches, Coach Fairbanks, who drafted me, and I went through about 4 head coaches, and they all had something very special, and played for a lot of defensive coordinators and positional coaches that were just terrific. And then finally I played with a lot of great players, and the best thing, though, I was 36 years old when I was still playing football, and it was still the Sullivan Stadium at that time was still the backyard where I played with all my friends, and that's how I'll always remember it. So again, getting back to the idea that football is it was obviously my profession, and that's how I made my living and supported my family, but it was more than that to me. It was fun, and those games on Sunday afternoon were like the ones I did on Saturday afternoon in the backyard.
Right. How about as far as being the head coach here at Curry? How difficult of a transition to be a head coach and have all those responsibilities, not just worry about being a linebacker and know what position you should be in?
Well, I make a lot more mistakes now than I used to because, like you said, there's a lot of things you got to make decisions about, and but I accept that because I've made mistakes all my life, and I'm going to continue to make mistakes, and that's how we teach our players and coach our players. Don't worry about making mistakes because everyone's going to do it, and just give your best and learn from your mistakes and go on. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and we got a great administration and president who supports it, and you know, I've got a chance to work with guys like, you know, Vinny Ruzioni and you know, Skip Bandini and all these great coaches that make it a lot easier for me. And again, I'm doing what I can go out. I'm 53 years old. And I go out every day and throw football around with young kids. I mean, it's a pretty good job.
Yeah. Pretty good interview for Cap Sports as well. We certainly appreciate your time. We enjoyed you as a player when I was a whole lot younger too. You keep mentioning your ages, but we certainly appreciate your time and the accommodations for today's game.
And I'm going to check, Carl, if you got any eligibility left.
There you go, and I certainly do too. All right, we'll continue with more. Steve Nelson, my guest, during this week's edition of the Video Sports Page.
my twin.